At exactly 11:47 p.m., the soft blue glow of my laptop screen vanished. One moment, I was carefully reviewing my portfolio for tomorrow's interview at Technova. The next, my eyes were staring at a pitch-black screen with a single, chilling message. System files corrupted. Unable to recover data. My fingers hovered, frozen above the keyboard. This couldn't be real. Not tonight. Not when I was just 12 hours away from the opportunity I'd been working toward for years. No, I muttered, trying every restart trick I knew. Nothing. The machine was completely wiped. A voice broke the silence. Having trouble? I spun around to see my father leaning against my doorway, arms folded, that smug half-smile tugging at his lips, the same look he wore whenever he thought he'd won. What did you do? My voice cracked. Women can't code, he replied flatly. Stop embarrassing us. I did you a favor. You destroyed my portfolio. 3 years of work. He shrugged. Your little hobby projects? Trust me, Arya, no serious tech company wants to hire a woman trying to play with the boys. You're wasting your time. My mother appeared beside him, nodding as though he'd just dispensed great wisdom. Tech is for real men. Like your brother. Maybe now you'll focus on finding a marketing job. Something more appropriate. My brother, Kevin. The one who'd been handed a computer science degree with Dad's full financial support. Then flamed out at a startup in 6 months and now sold insurance while calling himself an entrepreneur. Couldn't code Hello World, if his life depended on it. That portfolio had everything, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. My machine learning projects, the app with 50,000 downloads, my open source work. Toys, Dad cut in. Little girl toys. Any interviewer would have laughed you out of the room. I saved you the humiliation. You sabotaged me. I parented you, he corrected, his tone smug. Something I should have done when you started this ridiculous phase. Women in tech? They're just diversity hires. You want to be the token female on a team of men who earned it. I earned it, I shot back. Graduated summa cum laude. Won 3 hackathons. Got a Microsoft internship offer, which you talked me out of so I could chase my startup dream. Mom's voice was gentle, patronizing. See? Poor decisions. We're protecting you from yourself. And with that, they left me alone with my dead laptop, convinced they'd saved me from my foolish ambitions. What they didn't realize was that I never relied on a single point of failure. I'd been dealing with their interference for years. And if there's one thing women in tech know, it's how to solve problems. The moment their bedroom door closed, I pulled out my phone. My hands were no longer shaking. The fear had burned away, replaced by focus. First stop GitHub. Every repository, every commit, every line of code was there, intact and timestamped. Next, AWS. My applications were still running, metrics still flowing, data untouched. Google Drive? Full of screenshots of certificates, recommendation letters, hackathon wins. Even Professor Martinez's note calling me the most talented programmer he'd taught in 2 decades. And the ace in my back pocket. My backup laptop, identical to the one Dad had wiped, updated just yesterday, stored safely at my friend Keo's apartment. But I wasn't just going to restore my portfolio. No. They wanted to play dirty? I could play smarter. I opened the custom security app I'd built after Dad, accidentally, deleted my junior year project. For 2 years, it had quietly tracked every login, every file deletion, every suspicious action. And there it was, 10:32 p.m., Dad's account logging into my laptop, followed by the systematic deletion of my directories and installation of a virus. All traceable. Then came the real gem. The family computer's keylogger. I'd installed it after Mom lost my scholarship applications. Tonight, it had delivered gold. An email from Dad to his boss. Need to leave early tomorrow for golf. Will say I'm in client meetings. Another from 2 weeks ago. Expense report attached for the Vegas conference, which I knew he'd actually spent in Atlantic City with his college buddies. And the crown jewel. Don't worry about the Henderson account discrepancies. I'll handle the auditor. I smiled a real smile. This was the part they never understood about coding. It's not just syntax and algorithms, it's the mindset. Debugging is about finding vulnerabilities, understanding how systems fail, and using that knowledge to your advantage. So I built something new. All night I worked, not on recovery, but on a clean, professional-looking portfolio site. Simple. Polished. Exactly what you'd expect from a developer. Except mine had a hidden twist. At 6 a.m., I sent one email to Dad's entire company directory. CC. The Board of Directors and the SEC Compliance Officer. Subject. System Security Demonstration by Arya Chin. Dear TechCorp Leadership. As an aspiring cybersecurity professional, I've identified critical vulnerabilities in your corporate systems. To demonstrate, I've compiled publicly obtainable evidence of policy violations your security failed to detect. Attached, you will find documentation of expense fraud, time theft, and potential financial irregularities. Everything they thought they'd erased was safe. But what I'd uncovered, that was going to erase them. I treated my message like an application for their cybersecurity internship. If a company left doors wide open like that, they needed someone who actually understood how real hackers thought. I left them a link to my full findings and signed it. Best regards, Arya Chin, Future Security Engineer. P.S. Password 123 is not a secure password for executive accounts. Then I put on my sharpest interview outfit, grabbed my spare laptop, and walked into the kitchen. Mom was flipping pancakes, humming with a smug smile. You're up early, she said. Finally ready to admit we were right? Ready to apologize. Just getting ready for an interview, I replied. She laughed. What interview? You have no portfolio, no projects, nothing to show. We'll see. 20 minutes later, Dad barged in, phone in hand, his face red. What did you do? I showed my skills, I said calmly. You said women can't code. I proved you wrong. You hacked my company email. No, I discovered your password was your birthday. That's not hacking, that's bad security. Also expense fraud? That's a felony. He choked on his words, speechless. Oh, and Technova called, I added. They liked my work. They've been looking for someone who thinks differently. That's not coding. Mom snapped. It's social engineering, system analysis, and vulnerability testing, all key tech skills. Not that you'd know, since you think tech is just for men. Take it down, Dad ordered. Can't. It's blockchain verified and mirrored on multiple servers. Permanent. Just like your fraud. I'll sue you. For reporting crimes? With what money? Your accounts are probably frozen by now. Kevin wandered in, still in pajamas at 28. What's going on? Your sister ruined the family, Mom wailed. No, I corrected. Your sister showed why ethical hackers exist. And Kevin, that dating profile claiming you're a senior engineer at Google? Yeah, that's fraud too. My phone buzzed, Technova's recruiter. Yes, this is Arya. You want to skip to the final round? I can be there in 30 minutes. I hung up and looked at them. My father, who'd dismissed me because I was a woman. My mother, who reinforced every stereotype. My brother, who'd been given everything and done nothing. You think you're clever, Dad hissed. One lucky break doesn't make you a coder. No, but the letter from Professor Martinez does. 3 hackathon wins do. The app with 50,000 active users does. The Microsoft internship I turned down does. And exposing a Fortune 500 company's flaws before breakfast? That seals it. This isn't over, he threatened. You're right, I said. It's just beginning. Every company you apply to after you're fired will find my site. Every fake job Kevin claims I'll verify. Every lie you tell about me being a diversity hire, I'll counter with facts. We're your parents, Mom said. No, you're people who share my DNA and tried to sabotage me because you couldn't handle me being better than your son. As I walked out, Mom called after me. If you get the job, will you take the site down? Women can't code, remember? Guess I can't code the takedown either. The interview was better than I imagined. They not only offered me the role, they offered me a senior position. The security demonstration impressed them, but my actual portfolio, the one Dad thought he'd erased, sealed it. You turned a hostile act into an opportunity, the lead engineer said. That's the mindset we want. Anyone who can do that while dealing with family sabotage, the CEO added. Has the resilience we value. The offer doubled anything Kevin had ever earned. The team was 40% women. Not the boys' club Dad always warned me about. When I got home, chaos. Dad was suspended pending investigation. Mom's friends were whispering. Kevin had a cease and desist from Google. Are you happy? Mom asked. I'm thrilled, I said. I'm working at a place that values talent over gender. A boss who sees potential instead of chromosomes. So yes, I'm happy. What about family loyalty? You gave Kevin your loyalty, your faith, your money. Look where that got you. You tried to destroy me, and I still succeeded. Maybe you backed the wrong person. You'll regret this, Dad warned. I'd rather be alone with my computers than surrounded by people who think my gender decides my worth. That night, I packed. Most of what mattered was already stored at Cow's, another contingency they never suspected. Kevin stopped me at the door. How did you do it? The site, the security work. Can you teach me? Almost felt sorry for him. Almost. YouTube. Stack Overflow. GitHub. Same resources everyone has. The difference is I use them. But Dad said women. Dad says a lot. How often is he right? 6 months later, I was leading my own team at Technova. Our project saved millions and prevented breaches. My real portfolio site became a case study in resilience and digital self-defense. Dad was fired. The SEC uncovered even more fraud. Mom got her first job. Kevin was finally taking coding boot camps. They tried reaching out through my aunt. Family is family, she said. They're sorry. They're sorry they got caught, I told her. Not sorry they tried to end my career. Do they believe women can code now? Or just sorry this one could? I no longer needed their approval. I had colleagues who respected me, men who admired my work, young women who saw proof they could succeed in tech. They thought deleting my files would erase my future. Instead, they taught me the most valuable tech rule. Always keep backups of your files, your plans, and your sense of worth. And never believe anyone who says women can't code. Because we can, we do. And sometimes we outcode the very men who think chromosomes define talent. My name is Arya Chin. I'm a senior security engineer at one of the fastest growing tech companies in the world. I speak at conferences, contribute to open source projects, and mentor women in STEM. And yes, I can code.